the masterclass in political irony. Welcome to the Muhoozi-Fix on Acholi Side TV. The rapid shifting of political tides in Uganda has brought about one of the most stunning developments in the country's legislative history. For years, the political establishment utilized sweeping legislative frameworks to consolidate power and neutralize dissent. Now, the tables have turned in spectacular fashion. The ongoing investigation into former Speaker of Parliament Anita has evolved into a textbook study of political irony. The very legal machinery she aggressively championed and steered through the August House is looming as the ultimate threat to our own political survival. Following recent high-profile security raids on her properties and a swelling public outcry over displays of immense wealth, including a controversial shillings 3.4 billion Rolls-Royce cleared among finds herself caught in a legal net of her own making. If President Yoweri Museveni ascends to the newly passed legislation, the tsunami she faces will be fueled by the precise clauses that she presided over. Let's look at how the former speaker could become the first majority casualty of this new legislative era. Chairing the process, Anita wasn't just a passive supporter of the Protection of Sovereignty Act 2026. She explicitly presided over the high-stakes plenary session that passed the bill on May 15, 2026, brushing aside calls from the opposition for its withdrawal. Defining the offense, a core pillar of the legislation clause 13 heavily targets economic sabotage. The law specifically penalizes individuals acting as agents of foreign principals who engage in acts that disrupt or weaken the domestic economy. Broad and vague, though late amendments narrowed the bill to strictly target agents of foreigners and slashed proposed penalties, critics and legal experts warn that the framework remains ambiguous enough to be widely interpreted by state prosecutors. Now, potential irony: if lavish spending and unexplained wealth are legally tied to foreign financial flows or deemed to have fundamentally sabotaged domestic public trust and resource allocation, the law she pushed through will become the weapon used to dismantle her. The compounding allegations against Among align with remarkable precision under the new Act's framework, weakening the economy, while the existing Anti-Corruption Act criminalizes the diversion of public resources. Financial misconduct of this scale can now be easily wrapped into the broader definition of weakening the economic system under Clause 13 of the Sovereignty Act that she passed. The foreign link to trigger the economic sabotage clause, prosecutors must establish a link to foreign interest, given that Among has already been heavily sanctioned by both the US and UK governments for significant corruption. Any investigation tracking the movement of illicitly acquired assets or international banking transfers could effortlessly satisfy this foreign principal threshold. Now, there's a political punishment. Even if the state avoids the complex foreign agent angle, the intense scrutiny over her assets provides total justification for charges of illicit enrichment amid a fierce speakership race and a clear withdrawal of regime support. The law serves as the perfect mechanism to permanently neutralize her potential influence. If convicted, Among faces a devastating sequence of overlapping legal and financial sanctions across multiple status. Under the Protection of Sovereignty Act, that's economic sabotage, prison time is up to 10 years in prison, which was reduced from an earlier proposal of 20 years. The financial penalty, personal fines up to shillings 1 billion, approximately $207,000. Asset forfeiture, any assets linked to the crime can be seized by the state. Under the Leadership Code Act, that's well declaration breach, removal and forfeiture, loss of undeclared or declared assets, and mandatory dismissal from public office. Under the Anti-Corruption Act, money laundering and resource diversion. Additional jail time, a separate conviction under this act could lead to a further 14-year sentence, potentially ordered to be served consecutively. Now, if we look at the wider implication, the fallout of this investigation is already sending shockwaves through the corridors of power, proving that the net is being cast far beyond the speaker's test. There's coordinated raids and arrests, coordinated security trips by military intelligence, police, forensics, and detectives have targeted properties across Nakasero, Kololo, and Kigo. Prominent associates, including Masaka City woman MP Justin Nameri, have been caught in the dragnet alongside staffers and drivers attempting to handle compromised assets. Now, a systemic warning is also that the Inspector General of Government IGG's Justice Aisha Batala Naluze has heavily amplified lifestyle audits following a formal petition by civil society activists demanding clarity on amounts wealth declaration. The IGG issued a stern warning to over 60,000 public officers, signaling that the era of ostentatious, unexplained opulence is facing a systemic crackdown. Ultimately, Anita Mong's predicament highlights a timeless political truth. Laws designed to fortify power can easily be re-engineered to dismantle it. What began as a legislative crusade to insulate the state from external pressure has transformed into a localized trap for one of its most powerful actors. Whether this marks the dawn of genuine institutional accountability or simply a theoretical changing of the guard in the speakership race remains to be seen. However, one reality is undeniable. The precedent has been set, and Uganda's political elite are watching the unfolding drama with bated breath, suddenly unaware of how easily the hunter can become the hunted.